23rd. Here we are. I am counting it down. I need some spring. It was kind of giving a little flirtation. We'll call it that. I like that. A little flirtation of spring yesterday. When Tayson and I were outside, I could start to feel it. It was a little rejuvenation for my soul. All right, 100%. I woke up this morning and I'm like, ooh, a couple things going on. Number one is I'm not getting enough sleep. Good morning, Michelle. I think because we're working from home, quarantined from home, it's gotten a little easy to get into a groove of not going to bed on time, especially because my little boy does not like to go to bed at all. Anyways, he's crazy. And he literally gets, I think, a second energy boost at around 9 o'clock at night. He is just boom. It's going to be 41 for you. That's a big change. I have no idea what our weather's doing. So I have this fantastic, beautiful office, and I would totally show you my view if I was coordinated enough to remove my camera from my computer screen. But I have this gorgeous view of the mountains. Beautiful mountain range. There's like no houses right in front of us. And so I can see the clouds and they're kind of hanging out on top of the mountains. So I don't really know what kind of a day we're getting. It's just, I would say pressure wise, right? You know how you can feel the changes in the weather? It definitely feels like it's going to snow to me. If I were to just sit and pay attention to how it feels, I definitely think it's going to snow. Okay. As I got ready this morning, I was totally just disconnected. I'm not thinking clearly, and I have no idea what I was going to talk about. And so I'm actually going to talk about that. I literally got up this morning and had to start working on myself right off the bat. And it's because I will not accept having a bad day. I will absolutely not go with that. So when I wake up, and right now I can tell you 100%, I've got a trapped emotion going on right here. I can feel it, I know it, and I will get rid of it. As soon as we're done here, I will release this, whatever it is, because I do not want to go throughout my day with this gigantic freaking thing stuck in my shoulder. So is what happens when you have an emotion, and I can definitely tell you mine is frustration. You get this little, think of your emotion, right? It kind of boils up and you can feel it, like almost for me, like I can feel them right here. If we're out of balance, which I totally am right now because I have a lot going on, right? Grandma passed away. I'm quarantined at home. I got kids, just life in itself. I know that I'm feeling that. And so when you get out of balance, your body doesn't have the ability to always clear out how you're feeling. And so your little emotion, you can feel it. I don't clear it out. I go to bed. Guess what happens to it? It likes to hang out. And now, while I've been sleeping, and probably because of the way that I slept, my little emotion has traveled to a spot in my body that's already kind of a weaker place, or I just have a tendency to keep stress. And so mine is right in my shoulder. So that's where my frustration is. I'm telling you this because I can feel it and I know exactly that it is. I have frustration is located right here. So I'm going to get that out of there. And if you're like, well, how do you do that? Right? You're not a body code practitioner, but you can, all by using your intention. So people are always like, tell me exactly how you do it. There is no exact how you do it. The main thing is just having the faith, having the intention that you are so connected with your inner subconscious in your body that you can literally just let it go. This is why people meditate. And so always when I start a session with someone, right, just get into the space. I just want to feel it. So I'm going to feel it with all that I can. I'm feeling that frustration. It's already going. I feel that frustration and I stop resisting it. I don't want to know why I'm frustrated. I don't care. I just feel it. I know it's there. And I just want to let it go. And so you just relax your shoulders and you do what's called a C curve, where you almost just roll into sort of a slouchy, crouchy position. Just breathe in through your nose. Now, I love this because it is just my intention of thought of grabbing. And I do have a magnet that I use, but you don't have to have one. just grabbing a hold of it, just getting my frustration and sending it out through my toes. This works beautifully. And you just sit with yourself and relax and know that you have the ability to just clear that out. And I would say that it's probably even now, no, now it's completely, it's maybe there a tiny bit. Feel it a little more and process and let it out. It's really cool. Give it a shot. I promise. Try it. It works beautifully. Stop resisting. So whatever you're thinking about today that you're stressing over, just let it come in, feel it, and let it go. Stop resisting it. I have so much going on. We're in between rentals, in between rental movers, right? And I have a lot. But I'm not going to resist it. I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to let it happen and let it flow. Okay, second thing. So that's the first thing I had to really work on myself. Second thing is I caught myself not finding gratitude. And so when this starts happening, you get into a really bad mindset. And so I don't want to go throughout my day being in a bad mindset. So I'm going to find the gratitude. And I literally started by having gratitude for everything that I touched. Because when you get into this spot where you're just like, I don't have anything to be thankful for. And sometimes I see this, I'll start with a client and I'll say, tell me what we're celebrating. What are we celebrating today? What are you happy about? And they're like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, so I can't find anything to be thankful for. No. That's one of the biggest blocks that you have to overcome yourself. So literally start picking stuff up, and I'll show you how crazy this is, right? We'll just do it with the stuff in my office. I have a candle. I'm thankful for smells. I can smell. It's beautiful. I'm thankful it smells like rose and raspberry. I'm thankful for my senses. I have this beautiful book that I'm going to start. I'm not going to share it with you yet because I haven't started reading it, right? I'm not going to promote something that I don't know. I have this beautiful book that came for Amazon yesterday. I love the ability that I have to read, to brighten myself, to progress every day, to fulfill my knowledge. My phone, I'm going to pick up my phone. I have my phone. I'm so thankful for technology. I can connect. My grandma's funeral's coming up. I can watch it on Zoom because I'm quarantined for home. Yes, I'm thankful for warm socks. Paper. I have notes on paper. I'm thankful for paper because I can write things down. I have a pen. I have access to getting all my beautiful thoughts on paper so that they're not lost. I'm thankful for beautiful little gems and crystals. This is actually associated with someone in my ancestral line. It's a peacock gem. I'm thankful for, whatever. I've got my Healy. I'm thankful that I can run scans on people. I'm thankful for my water. I have the ability to just hydrate all day. See what I'm talking about? Blah, blah, blah. I can go on and on and on and on and on with every stinking thing. I'm thankful for the chair I'm sitting on. If you don't want to be thankful for a chair, go stand up for 24 hours and don't sit down, and you'll be thankful for something. Get some things taken away from you. I was working with a client who lives in Texas, and she's like, we didn't realize how much we had until we didn't have it anymore. And she was telling me about some of the things that they were going through. She said ultimately she thought she was pretty prepared, but in the state of Utah, which is where she grew up, we have the church community here is big on preparation. So it kind of gets drilled into your head. So she had a lot of stuff. She had a generator. She had some food storage. She had a water filtration system, just stuff that she grew up with that she had. So she said she felt like they were really prepared, but is what she said, and I thought this was really interesting. She said, I was not emotionally prepared for what we went through. And I thought, that's some good reflection, not emotionally prepared, because she had all this stuff, but she said it was the things like, and I've always told people this, it does you no good to store whole wheat and beans, because I've seen people where they're like, well, I have barrels and barrels of whole wheat and beans, so I'm set to go. And I'm like, what are you going to do with those? Number one, so just for an example, like she said, they didn't have any electricity. How are you going to cook beans, and how are you going to process wheat? It takes a long time to cook beans, right? So she has a fireplace that, and in case any of you don't know this, if you have a fireplace like we have one and it runs off of propane, but it's an aesthetic fireplace. If you don't have a blower in your fireplace and you just flip the switch on and turn the fireplace on, it's actually sucking heat out of your house and up your flume because it's not set up to provide warmth. It's supposed to look pretty. So she has a pretty fireplace. And so she says that she doesn't have the fireplace chimney cleaned because they don't use it. And so then she was like, well, what good is this fireplace because we don't have the chimney cleaned? So she was using it, though, as a place to cook. And she said, do you know how long it takes to boil beans to a point where you can eat them? And I was like, yes. And I'm sure when you don't have a high enough heat source, it takes forever. And she said, yeah, so you need food storage that is fast, just add water. And she said, but then guess what? If your water's, she had water storage, right? So they had storage water all outside in barrels and they all froze. So she said, what good is my water now? Nothing. She can't use it. So luckily she has this big filtration system that they were using that was sitting because on their counter. And she said they're on a boil only order. So lots of stuff. But here's the next thing, right? She's like, we had a generator. Generator didn't have any gas in it. That one's a hard one because you can't store gas for too long because it actually becomes stale and can cause problems. So they went to the gas station. Gas station doesn't have any electricity, so they can't run any credit cards. Gas station only accepts cash in exact amounts. Who has cash right now? Nobody. Because of COVID, people aren't using cash. And so she said not only that, but they won't accept anything higher than a $20 bill. So unless you have 5, 10s, and 20s, you're not buying any gas. Then the gas station runs out of gas because no one can get into where they are because the roads are so bad. And then she said, we don't have snow plows because why do they need snow plows in the state of Texas where she's living? So there's no way to clear the roads, and on she goes. And I'm like, that's a lot to process. That is a lot to process. And she said, you know, ultimately though, it makes you really thankful for what you have every day. And I thought, yes, sometimes we need things taken away so that we realize how much we really have. Love your comments. Thankful for my family. Warm place to stay. Hello. Happy Sassy Tuesday to you, Maurice. Hello, Braden. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Okay, guys. Well, I am still in quarantine, so I'm working from home with my beautiful job. It's so hard at this awesome company. While also doing my energy sessions later today. I'm running the Healy on the clients, which is so cool that I can just set that up and do that while I'm working at my other job. So that I'm thankful for as well. Okay, guys, I'm probably not going to give some socks away this Friday. I'm just not going to because we are in COVID quarantine. It's just really, really difficult for me to make it to the gas station, to the post office. So we will start. Actually, Lisa, you inspired me. I'm going to go find some taco socks. I'm going to give away some taco socks. I know that I have taco socks. I'm going to give away taco socks. It's going to be great. And then, of course, you get a session with me for free. So, yeah, I will call you when I am done. Okay, perfect. All right, guys, have a fantastic rest of